Hi, this is Sully. Welcome back to my channel, Big Screen Nation.
Okay, something went wrong.
Today I'll be talking about
coming!
Jumanji, the next
Grandpa
level.
Eddie, morning.
The
Did
trailer
you
that's
guys see
coming out,
Spencer?
Jumanji.
Who's that? I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
You hear something? We haven't even picked our guys yet. Are we in Florida?
Oh my god.
Wait, we're in the wrong body! My joints feel like butter.
Right, so you have the same major characters from the first, well, not the first film, but the first one in the new franchise. Basically, you got a lot of the same characters in it. You know, the plot is the same, but the levels in Jumanji is just like a fantasy world, like a jungle. If you watch the first film, if you watch the second film, you will know that Jumanji is like a board game that basically is a world of its own. It's a world of its own. And with this film, there's a lot of action in it. There's a lot of comedy, and I would say the chemistry between, you know, the characters. For example, the chemistry between Dwayne Johnson, yeah, and do you know what? I forgot his name. You know, that's it. That little guy, Kevin Hart, right? So the relationship between Dwayne Johnson and the little guy, Kevin Hart, is just great. It's just great, and the way how they adapt to the characters in the film, the way how they have to switch. There's parts in the film where the characters switch roles, and the way how they switch roles is just great. It makes you believe that they are someone else. Yeah. So the film has got a lot of action in it. Yeah. It's got a lot of jokes, got a lot of comedy. Yeah. And I feel like the film wasn't too long. It was long enough. It gets to the point from beginning to end. You don't feel like you're watching it, and you feel like you're counting the time. When is this film gonna finish, or why is this scene taking too long? No, it's just perfect as it was, timing wise. It was well done. There was an issue I personally had in the story. I'm someone that likes to follow the story of a film, and if there's gaps in the story of a film that are not covered, it's something that kind of bothers me, because it's like, why did they miss this out, when it leaves me answering questions? If it was like say a mystery or a thriller or something like that, and it left questions open at the end of the film, then I would feel like, okay, they've left it open deliberate. When it's done in the middle of the film and you get to the end and you're asking questions, why did that happen? I don't like that personally. I mean, everyone's different, but me personally, I feel that there's a part in the film that I would have liked to know how it led to certain characters getting sucked into a board game. Like, that's basically it. It happens to me a few times in the film, and I feel like that's something that could have been improved on. But in general, I would give the film I'll give the film a 5 out of 10. I'll be a film 5 out of 10 because of the things I've mentioned. And, you know, if I watched it with my children, or watched it with my nephew and nieces or something like that, they might have a totally different view on me. I'm watching it from an adult's perspective. Now, maybe one day I will take my kids to see Jumanji and get their feedback on it. And yeah, but personally, as an adult, as a father, as someone who's watched the first 2 Jumanji films, I feel like this film is good. It's worth watching. It's worth watching in the cinema. I mean, if they have it in the cinema in 3D or 4DX or IMAX or big screen, that is the one worth watching to see it. If you're watching it in a standard film, then it's not going to be that much of a great experience, because the graphics they use in the film, the realisticness of the animals and the scenes are quite good. And I do believe that if you watched it in, say, a 3D setting, a 4D setting, you might be blown away. Yeah. But I watched it in, a normal screen. It was a big screen, nice sound, everything. So I do think it worked quite well. So I would give the film, a 5 out of 10. Yeah. And it is worth watching in the cinema. If you watch it in the cinema, I would advise that you watch it in 3D if your eyes can take it, and watch it in, if you're watching it in a cinema that has these extra special features like you can feel the water when it rains and smell the atmosphere, I think that would be quite cool, because you'd really get taken into the film. But in general, I think it's a good film. Jumanji, go and watch it. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think I'm completely wrong. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.